Yeah, bro.
Just ruin a good joke right there.
Yeah, it is, bro. But it is hot, bro. Have you ever come to Yucatan?
Once, just once,
Man, you need to.
my
You need
dad.
to come to
Yeah,
Yucatan.
my dad rented a van when I was like 17, 16 or something, and he took all of us, my brothers, my mom, my two grandmothers, to Cancun, but driving.
Shoot, bro.
So we drove through Merida, and it was like midnight, so we didn't really get to hang out in the city.
How long did it take you?
Yeah, it took us quite
Like a
quite some time.
week? It was a week
Pro-
long trip or something?
Probably, yeah. It was one of those road trips that belong to comedy movies.
Oh shoot, bro. Oh shit, I like it. Your brothers must have been really young, no?
Oh yeah, they were kids. Yeah, they
Okay.
were they were what 8, 10, and 8.
Well, now I live in Yucatan, and it's growing, man. It's one of the best cities in the country to live. But it didn't have a. I mean, it does have a beach. It's always had a beach, but it's like 20 kilometers away from the beach. But the beach, the nearest beach, it wasn't that great. Now it's called Progreso Beach,
All
and
right.
but now they rebuilding it big time. I don't know what they want. I don't know their plans because it's the safest city in the country. So if it and it's plain, and if it has a beach, man, it'll be the best city in the country now. It is the safest, the best organized city in the country, and now it has a beach. Ooh, it's gonna be you're gonna be coming to live down here if you like soon, bro.
I've heard that it's growing, but aren't you afraid that it might probably get too crowded in the next 10 years?
I mean, it might. However, it's
Because how big is it though? I don't think it's that big.
that's the thing, bro. That it's a plane.
Okay,
It's
okay, all right,
it doesn't have it. There's no mountains around. You
okay,
know.
right.
Okay, guys, we're talking about Merida in Yucatan. To me, the best city in the country. Let me see. Let me just write this down because it is the best city in the country. Merida. Merida, Yucatan. Let me see. Yucatan. Okay. I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, you know what happens? That it's all like this, you
Right,
know?
right,
So
right, right.
there's no way it can get too crowded because there's no mountains around. Ain't no valleys. So there's no I mean it's completely open, you know? And you have and we have plenty of water. We have plenty of whatever you want, you know? Plenty of space, so no, I think it's limitless. This city would be limitless. While what I'm concerned about is the type of people that comes, people from
Okay,
Mexico City.
okay, okay. Yeah, I get you. I get you. And you'll have a lot of people coming from here because it's been like, remember when Querétaro was like the next best thing, and everybody
Right.
was moving to Querétaro. Now, because you'd be hearing about that every day. Even you probably had relatives also wanted to move to Querétaro,
I
and
lived in Querétaro before.
I know, yeah,
Remember?
yeah. But around those times, even my parents were planning, or are still planning, to move to Querétaro. But then it was all about Merida. I think for the last 2 years, people have been talking about, oh, Merida this and Merida that. And then I even had a friend. Remember this girl? She went to live there for like a half a year. I don't remember.
Right,
And
right. You told me, yeah.
yeah, and so yeah,
But that's exactly what has messed the things up down here because people from the north, people from Mexico City and the north, they come to Merida and they, for example, they sell their house. I have a friend from Mexico City. He had a house. Well, not he, but his parents had a house in Ecatepec, right? In
Right.
Ecatepec, it's a little humble house, a small house, 3 million pesos. And then
Yeah.
when they come to Merida, they buy a mansion for 2 million pesos, and they still have 1 million pesos to open a business.
Right.
So they automatically make it. But for a person born and raised in Merida, it's hard to make that money, because economy is not like that. So now it's being kind of unfair to people born and raised here, because they can't buy those houses that people from out of here are buying, and
Right.
Americans too. There's a lot of Americans saying like those retired people, those
Yeah.
expat
Yeah.
people trying to sell their property in the United States, and probably they live in Milwaukee, Kentucky. They have a cheap property there. When they come here, well, all of a sudden they have a ranch with swimming pool and horses. So, they just make it from, overnight. So it's becoming a great place to live, bro. And it's very, very safe, bro. I mean, it's incredibly safe, because I explained real quick. The city it has a belt. It's a belt which is called like the periférico. So the highway, the expressway, it's around. It's a circle,
All right.
and everything is inside the city or outside the city, and there's no other avenues that would connect you out that circle. So it makes crime be controlled by the police, and police is really effective. So if something happens, there's cameras everywhere. So if something happens, that in 20 minutes people are gonna get caught. There's been some Colombian mobs, there's been some Mexico City mobs that have tried, because they see it. Whoa, these people are way too slow, and they seem kind of too sleepy. Let's just rob them.
And maybe a little too happy. We have to do something about that.
Right, and people don't lock their doors. People just don't. So they say,
Yeah.
maybe let's just, and they seem kind of sleepy and kind of slow, so let's just rob them blind. Yeah, and they try, but the cops here, bro, the cops here are they're corrupt like everywhere, but they are effective. Yeah, they would stop you for no reason, just because you're ugly. you know last
Okay.
time I got pulled over for that. I was
Really?
driving, and I'm recklessly driving, like, because I'm from Mexico City. I'm
Okay.
crazily driving, and then these guys just detect my driving style. They pull me over, and they go, "Hey, you weren't wearing your seatbelt." And I was, bro, that my car, if you don't fasten your seatbelt, it'll be ringing ding 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 like crazy.
Right. Right.
Anybody, like, nobody would be able to drive like that, bro. So you can make up another story. Just tell me the truth. Tell me that I'm ugly. That's what that's why you pulled me over.
All right.
And they said, "No, don't be saying that. Don't get mad." And I say, "Yeah, just tell me the truth, bro. Like, I look ugly. I don't look from here. So that's why you pull me over." And they say, "No, don't say that. Don't get offended." And I say, "Man, you can pull me over anytime you want, as long as you keep the city safe. You can
Oh,
do
you
whatever
did.
you
Oh,
want."
you did.
I did that. And
Right.
and then he even gave me his hand. Like, before the pandemic,
Right.
he shook my hand, and I felt it all soft and everything. The cops were like, "Oh man, he
You
was a
took the
kid."
Yeah. You took the high ground, and you have a lovely moment there with the.
Right. However, it does work, because sometimes they pull you over, and this guy looks ugly, and then he might have a gun in his car. He might be from somewhere else trying to pass undercover. It's an undercover criminal, and just for that reason they pull him over, and boom, they discover something. So it's harassment, it's police harassment, but at the same time, I guess it's worth it. I never thought I would say something like that, but I think police harassment in Merida is worth it.
I think what you're also trying to say is that they don't go beyond that, like, which is the problem here. That the cops will pull you over, and they won't just let you go or anything. Like, they might even plan something in order to
Mm.
to get you arrested, and then people can make money out of you. And the deeper you go into the system, the more money people get working in the system. And maybe there, yeah, they'd be pulling you over all maybe all the time. But once they verify that you're not packing and that you don't have somebody in the trunk,
And that you don't want to cooperate.
or whatever, yeah, they'll just let you go on your way, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Like they verify you're not a bad person. You're not one of the bad ones. So they just let you go. Yeah, that's what it is. Because everything's being recorded. You can grease them too, but for example, like the other day, I was drinking, and they said, "Hey, go buy some serum for my daughter that she had diarrhea and everything." So I said, "Bro, really? No, because these guys will put like there's checkpoints everywhere in the city.
Right.
So if you're drunk, you'll get pulled over, and no,
They got breathalyzers and everything,
oh
or they just
yeah, 12,000 pesos.
damn.
So you don't
Right.
want to, just say for what? For no reason, you
Yeah.
know. So I had to walk my ass off to the drugstore, and but it works, and people in Yucatan are very nosy, bro. Like they would tell on you, because people in Mexico City, if they see something happen, they would just, I don't want no trouble. I don't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? But in Merida, no, people would actually tell on you. Like, oh, this dude, what are you doing? Or like if you're doing something crazy with your children, they would tell you something. Hey, stop doing that, man. You're crazy. Oh man.
All right.
Like
All right. Yeah.
like the other day, like a few years ago, I was tossing my daughter up into the air, and there's a lady coming to me like, hey, she's gonna get hurt, and I say, what the hell is your problem? I mean, that's my daughter. I mean, I was a little younger and way more irresponsible,
Yeah.
and I didn't take any of that bull crap into my decision type of seeing things, So
Yeah.
she came up and told me that, and I was saying, man, you stop, like, mind your own business and stuff. Now I understand that it is a society, bro, that you need to, like, dance with them, and you need to be part of them, because one day that way of being might benefit you. You might benefit from it.
Right. Yeah.
So
And
you're welcome to come anytime, bro.
what's the farthest distance that you would go? Like, let's say, from like going across the whole city.
I mean, this city is like very well divided. I mean, well, I don't know. I'm not saying very well divided in that sense. I'm just saying that, well, it's a circle. The
Yeah.
south is the low income
Mm-hmm.
houses. You know, the center, which is downtown,
Mm-hmm.
is like Americans, the commercial areas, the whatever, the business district,
Right.
whatever. Then the west is the newcomers, came. The newcomers bought houses there, blah blah blah. The east is where people from the south try to move up, and they bought houses there. Are still people from Merida, but that they made the next step, so they moved to the east. And the north, which is the high income people, houses, like the owners, of this and that. So from south to north, you might, or from north to south, you might take around 30 kilometers. So to go around the whole city, it might take you 30 minutes, and you might, like, or if you cross it through the city, it might take you 40 minutes, and from the southest point to the northest point, which is the beach, it might take you an hour, 50 minutes,
So everything is like 35 minutes average, like everything, like 35 minutes away. All
Sure,
right.
20 minutes per
All
average.
all right.
Yeah, like if you drive for 2 hours, like you are in another state already.
Okay. Right. All right.
You are in Campeche, or if you drive
Okay.
for
I
three
see.
hours, you're in Cancun already.
Right.
you know.
Okay. All
So
right.
so you can never drive for an hour and still be in the city. No, that won't happen, you know. And there's no there's some traffic, but there's no like I don't know, there's not a lot of traffic, you know. So it's still safe, you know. It's still a very inhabitable. So if you ever want to come, you know, sell your house, buy one here,
Yeah. Might take
feel
you
free.
up on. I'll take you up on that
Yeah, you
eventually. Yeah.
feel free on that. You know, people are kind of closed though. Like I said, you know, I have a student that is a doctor from somewhere else, and she said, you know, I was offered a job in Merida, but I don't know because they said it's a very close society, very close community. And yes, it is. Like me, I'm not big headed, so I don't look from here. So I get sometimes I get discriminated. I do, but I don't mind. I don't mind, you know, because
Well,
they
what
think
just? Yeah. They think what?
that people from out of here is are just bringing problems, and you know, which is kind of true,
All right.
you know,
Many
because
in many situations, I guess that's the case.
yeah,
But with your student, when she said, "Oh, but people are kind of close," like she meant it in a bad way, like it was too much for her. This type of environment where people are like
right.
so extroverted, I guess, or so.
Because in Mexico City, I mean, wherever you're from, whatever you look like, there'll be a time that you blend in, like they will accept you. You know, you'll be part of them. You know, like people don't really care of your sexual orientation, of your nationality, of your skin color. I mean, some people do, but in general, man, you can be my friend in Mexico City. It's a metropolis, you know. But
Yeah.
here, like, I will. It'll take time for
Oh,
them
okay,
to
okay.
open their arms for you, you know. So
You have
it'll
to
take time.
you have to grow on them.
Right, you have to earn the right to be Yucateco because people here are too traditional and orthodox. You know, like I said, like last. Like look, we have Betty here. Okay. By the way, well, let me say hello, Betty. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
How's everything?
Betty.
I think everything is okay. I arrived a little late because I was helping my father to, I don't know how can I say,
Kill somebody
to fix the water bomb,
The pump.
at the water pump
Yeah.
the water pump. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
in
Yes.
the house.
Pump.
Yes, in the house.
All
Okay.
right.
Oh, we have Estrella too. Woo, we having a party now. What's up, Estrella?
Hi,
It's okay. Hi.
Hello.
how are
Star.
you?
Good. Do you know Betty? Betty, do you know Star?
No, I start. Oh, wow.
You met her sister, I think, a couple of broadcasts
The
ago.
the last week.
Last week, you met her
Yeah.
sister, Brenda. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. By the way, if any of you wants to come and practice with us, we still have like I feel like in a van. Like we still have 3 more places. You know? So if you wanna come in and talk to us, you just click on that link I'm sending you right there. That's on Facebook and that's on YouTube. I'm posting the link to this broadcast so you can come in and join us anytime. Hey, look, man, I didn't see all these people commenting this. Alberto Enriquez, I would like to visit Medellin. I think it's amazing. It is. It is, Alberto. I strongly recommend it.
Hey, I
Camille,
think my kid wants to say hi. You want to say
what's up, bro? Little,
Hi,
Hi.
how you doing, bro? What's your name?
I'm Joseph.
Hello, Joseph. I love your pronunciation. You
Gracias.
have you have style.
Thank you.
You have style, bro. Okay, very good, nice. So Camilo now says, "Are you? Do you have a joke to tell us? A comment, Joseph? How old are you, Joseph? And how old are you,
I'm
Joe?
7 years.
Oh, you're 7 years old. You're
Like
tall,
my
bro.
son.
You're
My son
tall.
also has 7 years old.
Your son is 7 years old? Wow.
Yeah.
I met your dad when he was 7 years old. And he's actually
Mm.
not really. Just kidding. I don't
I'm
think he
playing.
considered it funny.
I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm
Oh,
killing police.
you're killing police? Wow, I like that. I mean, that's,
Okay, he's killing cops. Yeah.
and
He's
he's
busy.
very proud of it.
Yes, I'm a great parent.
Yes, you are. Oh my God.
That's why I don't bring my son.
Does your son play Grand Theft Auto 2?
No, but he is a player also. He is a gamer.
But he's not
Yeah.
killing He's not killing
No,
cops yet. All
he's
right.
killing Jedi's.
Okay.
He
Okay.
plays Battlefront.
Okay.
That's why.
Oh my
Great
God.
game. That's a great game.
Do video games affect their perception of real life, or they know how to draw a line between video games and reality?
In my perception, they know how to make a difference. I think what I've seen is that if you already have a problematic background, you
Mhm.
know, and a troublesome, family and history, yes, the video games are not violent. Video games are not gonna help you.
Yeah, if your dad is already killing people, I mean,
Exactly, or in jail or anything. Yeah, you will be associating things with other things and be creating your own world perspective. But no, I mean, healthy kids playing violent video games are not gonna turn into criminals. At least that's not what I've seen or read.
okay, we have another guest. Ooh, this looks good, man.
Hello,
Alberto,
everybody.
what's up, bro?
Alberto,
Hey, what's up? I'm glad to know you. I'm glad to see you.
Good, Alberto. Where are you logging in from?
Well, I'm from Mexico City. Well, not exactly at the center of Mexico, but it's near to Naucalpan.
Okay, you're not
Okay.
gonna rob us, are you?
why you always gotta be telling people that?
I'm just kidding, bro. Oh my God. Anyway, so all of you are in Mexico City so far.
Yeah.
I feel intimidated, man.
Yeah,
No,
you're the
I'm
only-
not in
Come
Mexico
on.
City.
Right. Becky's not in Mexico City. Well, neither is Estrella or Alberto, actually.
I'm from the state.
State of Mexico. Wow.
Yeah.
Do we have different accents in the state of Mexico and Mexico City?
I don't think
Yes.
so. I don't know.
Yes, I think yes. If I think that, for example, the areas that are near to the Mexico City, the accent is similar, but the people live far away of Mexico City, the accent is different.
Maybe I haven't gone that far.
What do you think, Alberto? Do you have a comment on that topic?
accents in Mexico.
I think I have the same opinion of Betty.
Okay.
Okay, guys. What,
Yeah.
Nisan, do you have a comment on that?
I haven't really paid attention to this. I mean, because even in Mexico City, you have different accents.
Mhm.
Yes.
Like you can recognize people from certain neighborhoods, and like we talked about before, sometimes it's intentional. It's a code. Like, I'm from this place, and we talk like this, and we use these words. In order to distinguish themselves from other
Yeah.
areas, I guess.
Mexico City's accent is so heavy that you can even speak English with a Mexico City accent.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Use the famous.
Like, hello, man. Good evening. How are you doing, eh?
What's up?
What's up, bro? Try me, and I will, yeah, and I will let you know how the Mexican accent from Mexico City is, huh? That's how it is, bro. I mean, it's so heavy. I mean, the intonation that you can even, speak other languages with that intonation. It is. It is. I mean, and I don't know why you people who are laughing. That's how you speak Spanish.
That's how Cheech and Chong speak English. that was a parody.
Oh my God! I mean, I know you guys love your cities. However, if you had the chance to move to a different city, what city would you choose, Betty, to move?
To move to another city in the world or in
Yeah,
Mexico?
around the
In the
world.
world, oh, I could like to live on Toronto.
Why? What's your perception in that city that
That
you would like
city
to?
is a cosmopolitan city.
Metropolis,
Well, yes, it's a metropolis. That
cosmopolitan
city,
city.
cosmopolitan city. That is the correct one. Um, that city is multicultural,
Sure.
and well, if I compare Mexico City with Toronto City, I feel more comfortable in Toronto City, and that city have more green areas, more places to enjoy the free air.
Okay.
I
All right. Yeah. Okay. So Toronto is an option. Yeah. Crime is hitting Toronto too. I mean, it's not the safest city in Canada either. But all right. All right. So Estrella, if you had the chance to move to another city around the world, anywhere, where would you move?
I think where you live, because
Merida.
yeah, I also have spoken with my
Welcome, baby.
husband that
Tell us.
if
Tell us.
the things are the same, like in pandemic, and we have to work from home and everything, it would be a good place to live.
Sure, bro. No, it is. It is. I mean, it's very quiet. It's very near. The only real issue here is heat. It is really hot sometimes. Like today, we were 40 degrees
Oh
Celsius.
no.
So if you don't have an air conditioning, sometimes you might feel like you're dying, and you might actually die. But yeah, that's the only thing. And if you are a good person, mosquitoes. If you're a bad person like me, you don't have to worry about it. They don't bite. But if you're a good person, ooh, they know you're a good person, and they just attack you. So mosquitoes are an issue. And you, Alberto, what city would you choose to live if you had the chance?
If I could have the chance, perhaps I could have to be in Paris because it's
Paris.
an amazing city. Yeah, because
You like
everywhere
smelly people?
you what?
You like smelly people?
No, no, no. But it's a beautiful place because if you look everywhere, you look art, you look beautiful buildings. So I
Mm,
think it's very beautiful to stay there.
sure, sure. And do you know any French?
Yeah, I know a little French, so, but it's not perfect.
Okay.
And
I
I
know how to
heard
say
it's
baguette.
yeah, and I heard it's expensive to live there.
One of the most expensive cities around the world. Yes, of
Yeah.
course. Okay, yes. More than Naucalpan. A lot more. Anyway, so Nisan, what do you think? Where would you live if you had the chance?
Well, you sold me on Merida,
Yes.
uh, and I haven't really traveled to many places that aren't touristic. So I would have to check out options. When Alberto mentioned Paris, I was like, I've never been to Europe, so maybe, yeah, I don't know. I've heard wonderful things about Sweden
Hmm.
Yeah.
and
Oh, Sweden.
their their healthcare and everything that they have for citizens, their culture. But also, uh, most people I know that move to Europe, are kind of depressed because of the weather, because of the difference in the time pace. They come from here where we live like this, and then they go there where things are like, it's an old continent.
All right.
I'd be a little worried about that.
Yeah.
But you're so grumpy, so you can fit in.
You already have that European trait. Don't worry. You're grumpy.
You're gonna be fine.
I already look like Daniel El Norte. They'll be like, oh, yeah, you have some ancestors, bro.
Okay. So we talked about where would you move. Now, using your imagination, when would you, I mean, not to what time around, to what time in history would you move? To the future, to the past? To what time would you move? You, Betty, think about it. I'm giving you some time to think about it. What time? Let me answer first. I would move to 100 years ago, to the 20s or 40s. I don't know. I like that gangster type. Before World War I. Like right after the Great Depression. I think those were nice times to live around. I don't know, for some reason. Maybe I don't know. I like fashion from the 20s, for the 1920s. I like the 30s. I like music from the 1930s and 40s. I like the feeling and the connection we had. I mean, humans had with the surroundings. Everything was new and amazing. Like the car, the electricity, streets, fashion. Wow. I think the Industrial Revolution. I think I would have really liked like Charlie Chaplin. I would love to live in that era. What about you? You, Betty, let's start on you.
Oh, well, that it's a strange question, but maybe I would like to live,
Yes.
and I don't know, maybe 18
The 1800s?
and 1800s. That's maybe because, well, I love all about the queens.
Okay.
I know that kind of story. I believe that the castles and the culture was really interesting.
Okay.
I think that maybe in that, how can I say that, in that century.
Considering yourself to be part of the court, no?
Yes, obviously, because if I need to be poor, no, it's not a business.
Yeah, it's not an option. You start. What time would you like to live?
I don't know, maybe in the early 80s.
Early what?
80s, in the 80s.
In the 80s. Oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna hate me. And Nisan too. Because we did live the early 80s.
Yeah, I know. Because I don't know, maybe back then it was easy to live. And if I went to that far away, it's gonna be difficult for me as a woman living in another era. So I don't know, maybe that time.
That's true. I never thought about it. Oh yes, yes, of course. Alberto.
I will choose the 80s because I love the music of this
Also,
this this time, and I believe it was easy because you don't have the use of the cell phone, uh, meetings on Zoom. So I think it's better, a better, a better
Time.
place to live in. A better time. See, yeah, it's a better time to live in
What decade were you born, Alberto?
in the 90s.
In the 90s?
93. Yeah.
93? Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
I am 27 years.
Okay. Okay, and you, Nisan?
I'd go to the future, bro. Like 150 years into the future. I'd never go to the past because even though we have terrible, terrible things going on, mostly like global warming, and uh, everything is better than in the past. Like, look at the genocides, and look at the famines, and look at the the civil rights, and we've come a long way as a species.
Sure.
So if we manage to survive the next 150 years, I don't believe we will be living in a Mad Max movie. I think it's gonna be exciting, and I would like to have a look.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the next question: what does 2050 look like? That's a question. What does 2050 look like to you guys? Think about it. What does that's I will be, if we make it, or if I personally make it. By the way, guys, there's this question. Everybody that's watching us on Facebook or YouTube, you can comment, right? Like Blanca has been commenting. Haha, she's making fun of me and everything.
Hi,
But
little Nisan. Ah, yeah.
so anybody can
He
just
looks like
comment,
me. He looks like me.
and but for us here and for everybody there on chat box, what does 2050 look like? Oh, that's what, 30 years from now. I will be, oh my god, I don't even know. I will be 70 years old. God, do you see it? I made this question to a young student I have, and they said that we won't make it, that it will be more polluted. And I said, well, if it's more polluted, that means that no, then there's no 2050. We need to, I think that your generation, that's what I told her, that I think that your generation needs to make an urgent change. Like, we cannot keep on contaminating the world, which is won't be able to survive. So I think there has to be somewhere in the future a moment, a turning point of people making a big change, which I think is gradually happening, to stop contaminating. So I don't know. I'll give you my comment when you finish. But first, Estrella, let's start with you. What does 2050 look like? The future.
I don't know.
Uh,
I will be 63.
I'm still
So
young.
I hope I can live that far, but I don't know.
You'll be getting
I
the
think
vaccines first.
I don't know.
63.
I mean, my mother died when she was 47, so I don't know, man.
Very young.
Yeah, I was 90 when she died, so I don't know. I see that I can agree with you that we eventually are seeing a change in our future generations. Actually, our sons are taking care of many things that we didn't care when we were that age. So I hope that we're gonna be here still.
Okay. Okay. Alberto, what do you think?
Well, in 250 look like, well, in my case, my generation it's going to be older. So I think it's more pollution in our cities, and well, increase the level of the technology. eh, It's 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 how can I say? It's true.
Yeah. Okay. It's true. Yeah.
Well, we have the increase of technology, and I heard about the war of the water. So I'm really thinking of what happened with with the water in the future. So we don't know. So that's a problem, and the extinction of the animals. So I don't know.
Okay. So you don't know, but you're giving me an idea of what 2050 looks like. Okay. And you, Betty, what do you think?
I think that for that years, we will have an environment disaster. I think that this pandemic is getting ready to the future because I believe that unfortunately the pandemics in the future will be common.
Okay.
Then our society and the childs have to live in new ways. I believe that the humans or the society are getting ready to be at the home more time because now many jobs are home office,
Okay.
and the time yes, the time that we can stay outside of home is less than in the past because now every day the environment is really contaminated. The air is contaminated. The To go out the house sometimes is dangerous because there are a lot of delinquency
Right. Criminals.
around us. But I believe that in this moment is good chance that for the humans to try to to change,
Reverse. To reverse.
to reverse our future.
Right.
But I don't know. I see a disaster in the future.
Oh my God! Don't be so pessimistic. Come
No, not
on.
I think
pessimist.
everybody
I'm
thinks the
realistic.
future will be disaster.
You think the future will be disaster?
Well, I think everybody think that. I don't know.
I think. Okay, what do you think, Nisan? I have my theory. What do you think, Nisan?
I want to stay positive because what else can you do? Like technology, like they've mentioned, technology wise, you know how fast technology moves forward. So technology wise, I think it's gonna be a very different world. But
Yeah, but
uh,
Yeah.
like politically, like socially, I don't think there's going to be a big difference. And I think people are going to be fighting for the same things, and I think there are some very specific things that science has to work on, because two things are going to happen. For example, in health wise, with the pandemic and the viruses and everything, like medicine has to has to get to the point where nobody really gets sick
Okay.
by 2050, except for the things that are unavoidable or 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 too rare, or everybody's going to be wearing masks all the time, pandemic or not.
yeah,
Like the moment you go outside,
Okay.
you're gonna have to be wearing your protection, like Mad Max movies style. Yeah. So
I don't know. I don't know.
no,
Well,
no.
I didn't want to tell you
Uh,
guys, but I didn't want to tell you, but I come from the future.
yeah, right.
So, so I'm gonna tell you what happens. I don't. I hear your points, and it hurts that you're too pessimistic. But I'm gonna give you good news because like I said, I come from the future. And let me explain what happened to humanity now. You know that back in the day we were cavemen. And we compare that to we compare ourselves to a kid, to a baby. And then we grew, and then we made some evolution, and then we were kids, and then we compare humanity with a person. The baby, the Neanderthals, and the cavemen. Now the kid, the when the humanity started discovering the new findings, new blah blah blah, finding, oh, this is mine, no, and they created this is my toy, oh, like a boy, and that's humanity. And then the human grows and becomes a teenager, the time of the discoveries, and of personal conflicts, this and that. Okay, I understand that. And then the human grows, It's the time of more social conflicts when a human is a young adult, and it's trying to find who he is, and I think that's the moment we're living, like when we are, trying to find out who we are, and trying to find our place in this planet, in universe, in time, mature, to get a little bit more mature, and then the person grows into being an adult when he or she is when we are 40. We're reaching that maturity level, and then we will reach that's the future. That's the upcoming future, when we learn from what's happening now. That's the next part of humanity, when we learn this, what's happening now. Like, we've committed a lot of mistakes, like when you were in your 20s and 30s, you learn, and then when you are 40, you learn from that, and you become more conscious, regardless of the fact that you might think that at 30 you think it's the end of the world. Oh my God, you're very pessimistic. You see your wrinkles on your face. You say, oh my God, I'm old. No, I can't. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Whatever. But when you reach 40, you say, relax. I already passed that. I'm still here. What? I shouldn't be, shaking like a little girl because I'm 40 now. And I think that's the next step, because you're more prepared. And then it's middle-aged people, which are, getting older, more mature, more safer. But at the end, it's preparing to die. And then people are getting older and older, you're getting wiser. And then one day you will eventually die. But I don't think that's coming up anytime soon. I think we still have a very beautiful segment of humanity, which we will enjoy, and our kids will too, after a pandemic, like post-pandemic period, which will bring us at least another 100. Because look, artificial intelligence will save us. Like now, like if we can make those decisions, believe me, artificial intelligence will make some decisions for us, and then it will save us. If you throw garbage on the floor, if you litter, maybe there will be cyber police telling you, or something, but there will be different processes that will save us as humanity. So I think we still have another 100 to 200 years, of opulence, where we still, evolution will, and civilization will still flourish. However, there will be a time where we have to go. Maybe to Mars, when Mars is ready to be inhabited or something. But I don't know. Don't be so pessimistic, man. I'm telling you. Anyway, guys.
Okay,
I have to explain what just happened.
that sounds good.
This is called a Kanye West moment. Cam just had a Kanye West moment. Come from the future, man. You ain't got the answers, Nisan. You ain't got the answers.
Oh my God, man!
That was a Kanye.
You need to support positiveness, man, and love.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Hey, we're coming to the end of this podcast. Thank you very much, guys, for showing up. Thank you. I love the fact that you showed up, and I hope this little practice helped you,
Yes.
like enriching your English fluency, because this is what the podcast, the Conversation Club was made for. So I really thank you for taking part of this. So give me your last comment. We still have a minute. So Betty, give me a last comment, please.
My last comment is that I think that every day when I practice my English, I reinforce my knowledge.
Mhm.
And today I practice a lot my listening.
Right. We need
Thank you.
to practice that. Thank you, Betty. Okay, Star, tell me.
It was nice to see you as always, and it gave me a lot of another point of view, and I like that.
Nice. Thank you very much. Okay, Alberto, tell me your last comment, please.
Okay, I really enjoyed this class. It's my first class, so I came here for a partner. He told me about this channel, So I really enjoy, and I believe that increased my level of listening and speaking. So thank you, everyone.
Okay, which makes me curious. Who told you about it?
Henry,
Oh, Harry, yeah, our friend, a really good
yeah,
friend. Yes, of course. I have to take care of this little. Can you see
yeah,
that little monster right behind it?
Yes.
Right behind
We see
me.
the baby. We see the baby right
Yes.
there. Yeah.
Well, it's one of these little monsters that will save our world. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and
Yeah.
Eunice, and tell me your last comment.
My last comment. Well, first of all, thank you, Alberto, for joining us. Thank you, Star. Thank you, Betty. Great to see you all. Yeah, I would just end with that note. Let's stay positive because you can't win any battle if you think you already lost. So,
Exactly.
so you can't consider yourself beaten after
Defeated.
defeated after you've actually had the fight. So yeah.
And we will win. Say, we will win. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you very much. Enjoy your moments, and I will see you anytime you want to come over. I'll just post the link, and we'll be here every Friday at 8 p.m. Houston, Mexico City time. So thank you very much for showing up. See you next time. Bye bye, guys.
Okay, guys.
Thank
See you.
you. Bye bye.
thank